Podcast, WATP.
What I love about Tom Myers is the way he starts off his podcast. And he's been promoting the shit out of this podcast on his TikTok. We played it on WATS last week. Every post is, you got to tune in to my podcast. New episodes out. So, all right, I'll tune in. This is how it starts off, with a long-ass joke.
Hello, and welcome to Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. Well, the House of Representatives is in a mess. Leave it to the Republicans, a party that wants to take race relations, gender status, and labor laws back to before the Civil War, not be able to elect a Speaker of the House, and thus not be able to do literally anything. Leave it to this Republican Party to shit the bed when we have a month until the government shuts down, Ukraine needs money, the Middle East is about to immolate, and the gears that make our nation's capital run and crank out policies are at a standstill, meaning yet this is still the best possible outcome for this country.
What? What was that punchline? Holy shit.
Sorry, Carl. Now's a great time to announce my new contest. I'm asking any comedian to make a joke with the word emulate in it.
Wow, I think you just heard the best one so far. Listen to the reaction. So 3 guests all decide, oh, was that the punchline? Mm-hmm. And in succession, they all go, I
am the walrus. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Wow. Okay. Pretty good stuff, Tom. Not even sure what he just said, but Republicans bad was the message I got. So that sounds about right. I love Republicans. They're always running on that platform. They're like, if you elect me, it'll be 1832 all over again. Yeah! That's what we want in this country. USA.
Steve Scalise announced he would step aside as a candidate for Speaker of the House. Imagine being a party that's so racist that you look at a guy who compared himself to the guy who once led the Ku Klux Klan and think, he's not quite what we're looking for.
Tom has this childlike understanding of politics where he's just like, I mean, Republicans are all racist and bad and Democrats are all good. We all know that. So here are the jokes. Now that you know that, here are the hilarious jokes that we had.
Am I hearing for the first time, though, is there a little bit of going to the gym and eating better at the end of that?
Someone picked up on that. So he's got that Scottish guy that he emulates a little bit. And there was a thing with Jim Norton when he had Ozzy Osbourne as a guest on the Opie and Anthony show. And I was oh, you're looking pretty good, Jim, you know. And Jim goes, oh, yeah, just going to the gym and eating better. And everyone looked at him like, you think you're fucking British? What the fuck just happened to you? And yes, I think
he's code switching to Ozzy.
Yes. I think Tom Myers has got a little bit of that going as well. All right, let's get some more Steve Scalise jokes
and that'll actually come into play on To Catch an Alien today.
Oh, good. Look at you. Look at you figuring this all out. I appreciate that. So, Steve Scalise, I need you guys to listen closely and explain this one to me because I do not understand it.
Steve Scalise was discarded by the Republican conference so fast that when he was shot years ago, his colleagues thought he was at a school. You won't hear that on Pod Save America.
So, if you don't know about this, Steve Scalise was playing baseball when a Democrat opened fire and shot 6 Republicans. Mm-hmm. And Tom's joke was, well, let's hear it again because I can't make sense of it.
Steve Scalise was discarded by the Republican conference so fast that when he was shot years ago, his colleagues thought he was at a school.
I'm really trying to understand this. Can anyone? There's no
Republican support school shootings is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
Yes, by not banning guns.
It's a joke about school shootings. Hilarious.
No, but he's saying because when Steve Scalise got shot because the Republicans were doing so much to help school shootings that he thought it was likely he got shot in a school.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that's the logic.
Wow.
I can think like this fool.
That was
I believe Cardiff.
I believe him
he can
too.
think like an alien.
I am fucking lost on that one. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay. So Jim Jordan is also a Republican in Congress.
Given his history as a wrestling coach, Jim Jordan's first bill, should he become speaker, will be to mandate all EBT recipients fight in the octagon for a package of ramen.
So what Jim Jordan's going to do is he's going to say, all right, you got food stamps? Guess what? You can't buy ramen until you fight MMA style against someone else because I used to be a wrestling coach. That's pretty good. Is he getting worse at joke writing? Is that possible?
Well, he's stubbornly holding on to that fucking title when it should be Tom Myers versus the world.
Right.
And I know we pointed that out before, but I mean, he's got the childish notion of politics, but also language in general.
Right.
And he is getting worse.
He's getting worse at this, though.
Someone else may want to go do the research, but I believe his jokes are getting longer.
I don't know if that's
think you're
possible. But I think because the people on the show are now trained to giggle, which, by the way, you could do more of, are trained to giggle when he's... Thank you, Cardiff. That's why he makes the big bucks. The reason that he's doing this now is because he's getting a reaction. The first couple seasons, he would say something like that, and people would just be staring at him like, okay. But now they're used to it, so he's getting a reaction. So he's just like getting worse and worse. Here's another racist joke about Republicans.
In most workplaces with this level of frustration, your coworkers would be quitting en masse. That won't happen because if just a few Republicans leave, then the Democrats technically will be in the majority, and then Hakeem Jeffries will be elected speaker, and Republicans will do anything to stop another brown person from being in the presidential line of succession.
Because Republicans hate brown people, get it? Also, Republicans can't just leave Congress and then they're just like, well, now I guess Democrats have the majority. It's like, no, they fill the seats, dummy. That's how that works.
My shift is over.
I quit. I'm out of here. Well, okay.
Just like Arby's.
Yeah, eat and skate.
So fucking stupid. So now we've established this. Republicans hate black people. They want slavery again. That's why anyone who votes Republican votes for Republicans. But also, let's not forget they're also Nazis. Let's not forget that.
Obviously.
Colorado Congressman Ken Buck said he would only support a speaker who acknowledged that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Jim Jordan was, of course, endorsed by Donald Trump, so maybe he's afraid that if he agrees to Ken Buck's condition, it would be like looking into the Ark of the Covenant and having his face melt and implode, which is another thing Jim Jordan would have in common with the Nazis and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, we knew the reference.
Yes.
There's no other reference there. We know.
Stop with melting.
Yeah, we get it.
And it still sucks.
When he starts like name dropping people, I don't follow politics very closely or almost at all
Until they're making an apology.
Just fucking jumping around from this guy said this and this guy that you never heard of said that, and it's just like Trump. Remember when he said blah blah blah? No, you lost me fucking 2 miles ago.
The show is not for you.
Holy shit!
The show is definitely not for you or anyone, for that matter. It's really not for anyone. And the reason why it's not for anyone is because Tom can't help but put his own worldview into jokes, and he's from Maryland. And he thinks the people in the state of Maryland don't vote the right way sometimes. I know. It's crazy. So this is the punchline to this joke.
Louisiana elected Jeff Landry, a hard-right oil executive and climate change denier, as its new governor over the weekend. Given Louisiana has a history that includes Hurricane Katrina, one of the biggest climate disasters in modern American history, and the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, one of the biggest ecological disasters in modern American history, Louisiana has finally surpassed Maryland as the most self-masochistic state.
I even set up and explained that was going to happen. You're still like, Jesus, why is he bringing up Maryland? What the fuck? Also, I love that he has to explain what a Hurricane Katrina was and this shit. It's just like, and in case you don't know what that is, like, no, we move on, dummy.
That's the only thing people knew what it was.
Good point.
He had to explain what that was, which caused this many billions of dollars of damage. Let me remind you guys that. Okay, we get it. Now, he's not going to stop there. He also, I don't know if you guys know this, the Baltimore Ravens played a game in London recently. And of course, all of us are concerned about the Ravens playing in London.
The Baltimore Ravens played a game in London this past weekend. It must have been weird for Ravens fans to go to a game in a country where no one hanging around the stadium was heavily armed. And now on with the show. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Heisen, Gina Brown, and Chip Jones.
Hey, Tom.
One of them laughs. Yeah, like he stopped talking.
Oh, he stopped talking. Yeah.
Must have been the punchline. So you just heard him introduce Chip Jones. Now, Chip Jones has a good first name for what he's up to. This is the banter. I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at banter. It's one of the things I do very well with my buddy Blind Mike Geary.
Mike
Chip,
carries you.
possibly. Either way, I'm part of the team. I consider myself 50%. So this is Chip and Tom and their banter on the show.
Chip, great to have you back again.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see you guys.
Going to the gym. Going to the gym and eat.
Chip, great to have you back again.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, what have you been up to lately?
Not much of anything. I've been doing. I'm on a WPFW Pacifica affiliated station, so I've been doing some stuff there. Mostly obituaries or small pieces about comedians or jazz artists, but haven't been doing much stand up. So. Nothing, I guess, is what you'd say. I've been doing nothing. If it's not stand-up, it's nothing.
What a wonderfully upbeat intro.
What have you been up to? I'm guesting on your show, so nothing.
Yeah.
My schedule is very clear. I said yes to you
This will be in my obituary.
to be on your show.
I know comedians are dark, but I didn't know they were obituary dark.
I'm writing obituaries. I'm going through chemotherapy, and I'm doing this show. So nothing great.
Do you imagine
all bad things?
Tom writing an obituary? There's not enough pages in a newspaper. This fucking robust asshole. All right. Let's get into booster talk, everybody.
I got my recently updated COVID booster, and it just dawns on me because I think, like, part of me thinks to myself, like, why am I doing this? Because with everything going on, it's like I'm basically, because we have like the various strains of the flu, we have this new variant of COVID, like I think RSV might be making a comeback. So at this point, like, why bother getting the vaccine when I'm basically rooting for the disease to win?
Sounds like everyone else is rooting for it.
I'm rooting for you to get hurt too, Tom. So please get all the boosters you could possibly get. Whatever they'll allow you to stick into your arm, go for it. So then, this is crazy because Jeff Heisen tries to make a joke about the listeners being dumb, and Tom does not like that.
Don't call our listeners idiots. Nobody calls my listeners idiots.
You don't have any listeners. Don't worry about it. No one listening to the show is an idiot. No one's listening to the show. So it's all good. Now,
Our job over here.
now he
call
brings
your
in-
listeners
So
idiots.
this is crazy. He does his monologue. He has this really shitty banter where the guy says, I'm writing obits. And then he lectures Jeff Heisen on the listeners being intelligent. And then he already brings in another guest to come in to join the panel. And this person is going to tell us about the Republican Party.
Nicole, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So what do you think about the modern Republican Party?
I wonder what her take's going to be. They're doing pretty swell. I don't know what to tell you. Can you imagine? So let's find out, because it's amazing to me how dumb Tom is, and just he has no world experience. I made the joke with Lauren Boebert when she got caught on camera in that theater, seeing Beetlejuice live or whatever. She was like all over her boyfriend. I made the joke that she was like jerking him off. She wasn't. This isn't what really happened. It was, people exaggerated. But in these people's minds, that's exactly what happened.
One of the people who is deciding on the future of the House of Representatives, like, was caught on surveillance footage giving her boyfriend a hand job in a theater.
That's right.
I mean, that's what we've come to today.
I don't think Tom's even kissed a girl.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what a hand job is. She
He
does
knows
his
what a hand job
chest.
is.
Why do you say that? Do you think he's given one?
Yes. There's no other way. There's no other way he's sustaining his life.
What a fucking crazy. Anyway, one more clip that I have on here, and this one again is just embarrassing.
Without a Speaker of the House, Congress can convene and approve the minutes of previous meetings, but basically be a non-functioning entity that serves no purpose and will have no impact on future events. In other words, It has the same effect as a comedy festival where the comedians pay for a chance to perform.
Who is that a joke for?
Joke on his career.
Yeah.
He's done that.
Only the people who are on his show have done that.
Who are these podcasts?